Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So we have a big issue with the BMW 760 Li. It is undrivable at the moment. I will not take it on the road because, yeah, quite frankly, it is not safe. So I took the car out for a drive, a relatively spirited drive, a week or two ago now. And when I got back, I noticed that there was a very strong burning smell from the brakes. Now I just thought this was because, I was, going pretty hard on the brakes. But then I took it out for a drive the next day and I wasn't even going hard on the brakes. I just, was driving relatively normal, and I got home and I noticed this smell again. I then went round to all four corners and I thought, you know what, I'm going to actually check to see if any of these brakes are getting particularly hot. So I just felt the wheels themselves, the alloys, and one of the rear quarters was like, so hot, like I couldn't even put my hand even on the wheel. So the heat had transferred from the brakes to the wheel itself. And then I got a bucket of water and chucked it on that corner, and like there's so much steam coming off, so yeah, we have a real issue with that side. And so I'm thinking it's one of two things really. Either it is the slide pins, the caliper slide pins, either they have seized inside of the caliper, or it is the caliper piston itself. Now I actually think it is the caliper piston, because due to the fact that it hadn't had a brake fluid flush in 15 years or whatever it was, absolutely ridiculous. I think that more than likely water's got in the brake fluid and it's rusted the piston, and then it stopped it moving freely inside of the caliper. So we're going to be doing a bit of investigating today and trying to find out what the issue. Oh, you may also be thinking, how do you know it's not the handbrake? I actually adjusted the handbrake because I initially thought that was what the issue was, because when I had the car up in the air, I tried to spin the wheel, it would not move freely. So I adjusted the handbrake all the way, and so it shouldn't have been on at all, and I still could not move that wheel. But yeah, like I said, we'll get outside and let's get cracking. Okay, so the issue lies with this rear wheel. So it is the near side rear. Just ignore the almost flat tyre, by the way. Pretty sure this tyre has a slow puncture. But yeah, let's get this thing up in the air, get this wheel off, and then let's take a look at the brakes. Okay, rear end's up in the air, let's get this wheel off. We'll remove the front securing clip. Is that removed? Let's get the slide bolts removed. So they are hiding underneath these caps. Just need to pop it off. There's one. There's two. 7mm Allen socket. Have a little bit of grease on. You're actually not supposed to grease these. They come dry from factory, but I like to put some red rubber grease on these just to keep them moving a bit more freely. Just notice this ground strap here. Kind of looks like it's on its way out. Oh. Yep. That could be an issue now. So it's on its way out and then it just snapped. I think I'm going to have some electrical issues now. Okay, so I need to remove the caliper now, and it's pretty stuck on there, so I need to wind the piston back in, and we're going to potentially know if this is our issue right here. So what I'm going to do is take the cap off of the brake fluid reservoir and then try and wind the piston back in. Okay, so we have our G-clamp. let's see how easy this piston moves. Yeah, not very easy. This thing is well and truly stuck. Yeah, I'm 99.87% sure that the piston has rusted and that's why it's stuck. So we're going to need new pistons. I do want to get this off though, just to, you know, confirm. But yeah, how are we going to get this off? Get a screwdriver in there. It's coming. Yeah. Jesus. Oh, even the pads are stuck. Oh, I'm guessing that's the transfer of heat that done that. After they got very hot. Oh yeah, they are rusty. Ooh yeah, very rusty. Right, let's see if we can get this piston moving at all. Just going to spray it down with some brake cleaner first. And then I'm going to spray it with this M40 lubricant, see if that does the trick. This thing looks properly rusted. Let's go tap the brake pedal, see if this thing even moves. Okay, so it appears we do have some movement. That's definitely moved out. Okay, so managed to get the piston out a bit, but just went to wind it in and this thing is completely seized. It definitely needs a rebuild, new pistons, new seals and all the rest of it. So I guess I'm going to leave it here then, to be honest, until we get our rebuild kit. I'll probably do both calipers, both rears at the same time, and I don't know whether or not to do the discs and pads as well. There's a good chance these will be warped because, you know, the fact that the pads have just been dragging around the disc for, you know, God knows how long. It might just be well to change the discs at the same time. But yeah, this is why you need to change your brake fluid, otherwise your pistons will end up looking like that. Okay, so yeah, it's not looking too good. I'm not going to be able to drive the car for the foreseeable future. I was kind of hoping that I was going to be able to get that that caliper piston free, just so I could, you know, get it on the road and drive it until I get the parts in. But yeah, once I got the piston out somewhat, like, I could not for the life of me get it back in. I even disconnected the brake hose, you know, removed the bleeder screw and everything. I couldn't even, I put the caliper in the vise, I could not get it back in. So yeah, it's pretty clear to see that the piston is the issue. Like I keep saying, this is why you need to change your brake fluid regularly. If you don't, you'll get moisture in there. Moisture creates rust, the pistons rust, and then that's where you get a problem like we have today. I'll more than likely, like I said, be swapping out both sides. So I'll do the pistons and all the seals and everything on both rear calipers. I'm pretty sure the fronts are relatively okay. I haven't had any issues so far, so I'll leave them alone for the time being. But yeah, we're definitely going to be paying some attention to the rear brakes. I don't know if the rear discs are warped. There's a good chance they are, you know, at least on the one side that we, you know, had the sticking piston. You know, like I said, I'll probably more than likely change out the discs and probably do the pads at the same time as well, even though they have like plenty of meat left on them. But you know, they're probably some cheap ones anyway, so I'll swap them out for some half decent ones. But yeah, not really the result that we was after today, but it is what it is. It's another job that we need to do, I suppose. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please remember to give it a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and I will see you all in that next one. Peace!